Hi guys, welcome to AR Business Consulting YouTube channel, and today we have another yet exciting episode, and we're going to be discussing how to start a successful business, because there's a quote by Johan that says that courage is the commitment to start anything good without any commitment that is going to succeed. And that's what entrepreneurs need to start businesses. You have a passion, you have a goal to start a business and be successful, yet you need the courage to start the business with the hope that it will succeed. On the other hand, there's no guarantee. Yet our episode today aims to discuss what are some of those critical things that any entrepreneur needs to have underground to ensure that their probability of being a success in business is quite high, and then we'll take it from there. So I forgot to introduce myself once again. My name is Nkhensani from I Can with Nkhensani YouTube channel, and today I have in the studio Mr. Hlayiseka Ngomane, who is the CEO of AR Business Consulting, who's going to be indulging with us today. We're going to be diving into what made him a successful businessman, and also as a businessman, what is actually working for some of the businesses that he's working with on a day-to-day basis. So, good afternoon, sir, and welcome to the channel.
Afternoon, ma'am, and thank you for having me today.
You're welcome. So I'm going to go straight into it. What are some of the things that, in your view, that entrepreneurs need to have in place in order for them to be guaranteed, or at least have a higher rate of being a success in business?
For one to start a successful business and be able to sustain it for long and have longevity on it, I basically think, and with my experience, know that one needs to at least have identified an opportunity that he needs to feed into in terms of the services or products that he wants to put into the market. And also they also need to have identified a gap or a pain or a need that they need to address. And also with this gap and a need and pain, they need to also know if the people are willing to at least pay for it or pay for those services. If those four elements are there, then one can easily start a business, and that business can become successful because of there was an opportunity that they saw, or a gap that they've seen that they want to address, or a pain area that they need to address in. And those gaps or pain areas that they've identified, they looked at the customers and checked if the customers are willing to pay for those services. So when they render those services, they will be able to have a successful business. Because most of in my experience, and also the people that I've worked with, or people that we've helped, or people that I came across, you'll find that most people start a business because of they've seen a neighbor who is starting a certain business, and then they're thinking, wow, I can also do this. But not necessarily that they saw an opportunity or a gap. And for them to literally transfer that product or services into a lucrative business or something that is generating money, it becomes difficult because people are not willing to actually buy for those services or buy for those products. So if you have seen that this is where you want to get into, and it's an opportunity that people are willing to be rendered for, and they are willing to pay for, then you already have a business, and you can be able to maneuver and find your way around your business.
Okay, so I want us to be practical.
Yes.
If I have identified a pain point, like you said, how does one go about doing that market research in a way? How do you go about identifying the pain point, or how do you make sure that you've ticked all of these things? How do you go about it, like practically speaking?
Yes. After you've identified your gap in the market that you want to address, it doesn't end there. You must go and do your market research. By your market research, you're looking at this gap that you want to fill into or fit into, which area are you specifically going to be targeting at?
Yeah.
Like for example, if you are planning to bring big brands, like when we're talking big brands, I don't want to mention names, but items where maybe by so they're going at maybe 20,000 per item.
Yeah.
But you are in Tulamanch. When you look at the demographics and also the work class in Tulamanch, not even maybe 20% of the people that are residing here are earning that money.
Yeah.
So you see that your market is going to be limited. You cannot be able to assist so many people.
Yeah.
But when you're bringing in your service or your product or your gap, look at where you want to address these issues.
Yeah.
And if your people that you want to help, are they affording?
Yeah.
Can they sustain that kind of a business?
Yeah.
Can they keep on coming, or they're gonna buy once and leave? Yes.
Yeah.
Like for example, we've got so many businesses in accommodation or tourism here. Their prices are skyrocketing, and their places are beautiful. But when you look at the price, it's those kind of prices whereby you go and sleep once, but you never ever go back, and that does not really make business sense, because of as a business you need to have the customer to return, to keep on coming back to you. So those are the things that even if you have seen a gap, you must do your market research and say, this is where I want to go and place my product, and are the people affording? The low incomers here in this area, how much are they earning, so that you can see if your business can be sustainable, or it's just not about that one hit wonder kind of a business whereby when you launch it, everybody else wants it, and then after a month or two, nobody is no longer coming to your business.
Yeah. So in short, you're saying beyond your overall market research, zoom into your target market. Check the income level, check their demographics, check the location, because there are some locations in South Africa, if you price something for $5,000, somebody can buy it and it's not even an issue. So location, your target market, and also your pricing strategy actually determines whether your customers are going to come back over and over and over, or they're just going to say, you know what, I like your whatever bed and breakfast.
I'm not the target market.
It's just for a once-off thing. I'm never coming back. But if you want to be a success in your words, you're saying price it in such a way that the customer would want to come back over and over and over, because then it builds a sustainability of your business.
I've seen so many big brands in Bushbuckridge opening and closing down. Moreover, because of the demographics or the locations of where the businesses are. You find that the population does not afford to keep on buying in such a particular shop. But if it was your normal, average priced shops, it will thrive in Bushbuckridge. But you can't be having an item that is sold in the price of ranging from 10,000 one item in Bushbuckridge. Meanwhile, not even 20% of the population are earning that 10,000. So definitely you're not gonna make it.
Okay, that's a good one. And I must say, I'm one person that loves taking morning walks, and most of the times when I'm walking around, I see a lot of failed businesses. You see somebody had started a pub or a restaurant or a car wash, and you can see even the amount of money that went into the business and the pain that the business owner is feeling that this thing is actually failed, it didn't materialize. So what I'm trying to say here is that when you do thorough research of your business and you do thorough research of your location, you save yourself the risk of losing money or investment that you can put into your business, and like at least your chances of not losing money are high when you do thorough work and you do the groundwork. Whereas if you just go into it because you saw somebody making money, or you saw someone in Tembisa or someone in another location, without doing your thorough research in this location, the risk of the business failing is high. Beyond the failure of the business, there's money that goes into it, there's resources, there's knowledge. So you want to save yourself that pain by making sure that you do thorough work. Okay, now I want us to jump into the Of course, this topic is quite broad,
Yeah.
but we're just gonna do like just a high level type of an episode, and if time allows, maybe we'll do another one next time, because business is a world of its own, so you can just dwell on it for quite some time. But I want us to talk about the soft skills that are not necessarily taught at school, but they're quite critical to make sure that a business survives the storms, the business is sustainable, the business is profitable, the business secures a market share in the market, the business is still alive in the next 2-3 years, and the business is sustainable and can last long.
Yeah.
What are some of those qualities that any entrepreneur, irrespective of your personality, because some people say, I'm an introvert, I'm an extrovert, I'm not like that, but there's some critical things that are like a skill set that are critical for any businessman to be a success. What are some of those soft skills?
The soft skills that any business person needs to have is the ability to hear or be attentive to the voice of the customer, what the customer needs.
Customer centric.
Yes. Yeah. Because most of the time we find that as business people we tend to want to shove everything that we want from our customers to take it like that, but we're forgetting to say what is it that the customer needs. If we can be very attentive to the voice of the customer, that can assist us to be able to render a quality cost effective product or services that addresses the customer user specifications, because customers are very simple people. They come with a certain specifications and requirements that they require from us, but if we are not attentively, we tend to miss by trying to want to give the customers what we think is good for them. In business, it's not about what you think is good for you, but it's what is good for the customer. So we need to listen and very pay attention to the voice of the customer and know how to network and be attentive to all the critics that customers are bringing into your business, because of all those criticisms or critics that they're bringing in, they're there to help you, to make you improve from yesterday, so that you become better at what you're doing, and stop playing a victim, thinking when people are saying, Hlayiseka, but there you could have done 1, 2, 3, 4, they were trying to attack you. They're trying to assist you to better up your game, because they are your people. Hence they noticed that you are not doing 1, 2, 3, 4 correctly. That's why they want you to better it. If they were quiet, it means they're not with you. They know you notice something when you are going with a certain person in a certain journey. But if you don't notice it, it means you are not even following. So those are the soft skills that I recommend to say one needs to have. And you also need to develop a skill, networking skills in business. I was also that kind of a person who really mind my own business. But right now, because I'm in business, I try by all means to network in whichever room that I get myself into. After that, I know the person, we've exchanged contacts, because you don't know, in the next room I might need that same person. So it's basically building your tomorrow by today. You don't say, I'll see,
cross the bridge when I get there.
Yes. So those are some of the skill sets. And also you need to know how to price your product and services, because that can make or break your business. Because if your pricing is not correct, you're gonna lose customers. And by losing customers, they're not gonna. You'll be lucky if they return back to you.
That's a good one. I think you also need courage, right? Because stats say that businesses usually fail within the first 5 years. If you're not really lucky, within the first 2 years. So you need courage. And that goes hand in hand with resilience.
Resilience.
To be able to push through the hard days, push through the days where there's no profit coming in, the days where you're not even breaking even, the days where you're even breaking even, the days where you need to pay salaries and there's no income in the house.
And you also need to believe in yourself when nobody believes in you. You need to stand up in that mirror and say you can do it, and be your own person who's able to share for himself. Because there will be days whereby you really don't feel like it. But at the end of the day, your business is still waiting for you to have all the confidence that you can have for them to go forward.
And push it.
Yes.
That's a good one. Okay, I want us now to talk about the technical skills. We have spoken about the soft skills, and like I said, it's a pool of skills. We just addressed a few. What are some of the technical skills that are in need or are quite critical for any business to succeed, whether you're in the music industry, whether you're in the arts and creativity space, whether you are in engineering, whether you are in catering? What are those technical skills that any business needs to have that will increase their chances of being a success?
The technical skills that one needs to have, I forever say this to people. If you're gonna be selling a certain product or services, at least you don't have to be an expert in it, but know the technical know-how of it. Like for example, I'm in consulting, we're assisting people to start businesses. If I'm using a CIPC systems, as the director, I need to know what happens in the CIP system. Well, that allows me to be able to manage my employees, and even when they are not feeding me with the right information, I'm able to say, no, this is done like this. If it needs me to redirect them, I can be able to redirect them. Like for example, if you start a business, you've never really worked in the business, you're just coming in, the business does not even have a day or two operating, but you've already have employees who are going to be doing that, you won't know how your business operates. And even if your business is making money or making losses or making a profit, you won't really know because you are not part of that. So that's what kills so many people in business, because they don't know the technical part of their business, what goes in towards producing that product or towards doing that service. So if you know how to produce your bread or your shoes, then you would know it's possible for me to produce 100 shoes in a day. But if you rely only on your employees' knowledge and expertise, employees, they can really take you for a ride, and you are not sure if your business is really making money or not. So I really recommend everybody to say the technical skills, it's a must-have. Not to say you must be an expert of it, because for you to be a director, you don't really need to be a subject matter expert, but know how to do certain things so that you can be able to manage. If you don't know what is happening, you cannot be able to manage
it properly.
So that is my take on that. And to say, as much as you have your technical know-how of the business, have a basic business skills kind of a training where you know what goes into your budget, to your sales, to your profit, to your income, your operating expenditures, so that you can see if your business is really making a good turnover or not, if you are losing your business or your business is thinking. Because most people, they just say, I'm in business. You ask him, how is your business doing? He says, I'm okay. What do you mean when you say I'm okay? He can't even tell you, because of the only thing that he sees is if yesterday he made 9,000, tomorrow he makes 12,000, he automatically thinks his business is doing well. But you find that maybe he made 9,000 yesterday, but the operating cost was 1.5, meaning he made profit. But tomorrow he made 12,000, but the operating cost was 15,000. So because of he's not financially literate, he does not even know that right now he's thinking, although he made a lot of money.
So you're basically saying know a little bit of everything. Know a little bit of marketing. Know a little bit of finance. A little bit of human resource.
A little bit of quality.
A little bit of quality. Logistics. But also, I think finances are key.
Definitely.
cash flow is key actually. It's like the petrol vending business. So you need to be able to read. Sometimes you're making money, but that money is just covering your operating costs.
Yeah.
And just because customers are coming in does not necessarily mean we're doing well.
Or even labor costs.
Yeah.
I've seen so many businesses around right now. They are making money, but most of it of their problem is the money that they are making goes straight to the labor cost.
Yeah.
So I've introduced some of the projects within AR Business Consulting that I call labor cost reduction projects, which enables small businesses to be able to reduce their labor costs in their respective businesses. That was meant for them to say, yes, you are operating, you are making money, but you don't see where your money is going because of your labor cost is too high. Some of the labor that you have, sometimes it's not really what you require in your business for you to be able to operate.
Which is a good one. You want to reduce your labor costs as much as possible so that you can maximize your profit. Okay. I want us to talk about some of the businesses that we've assisted as a business that were struggling, to succeed in business. Maybe one or two. How did AR Business Consulting change the game for them, and what are the results after that?
There's quite a lot of businesses that we've assisted. Let me just touch based on maybe 4 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
There's a business in Role and Cottondale, and here in Mambumbu, it's Nkhensani tires.
Okay.
They work with tires, car tires. They came into AR looking for an assistance in terms of crafting a winning business plan that they needed to get funds in NYDA and MEGA. For those that don't know, NYDA is a National Youth Development Agency. MEGA is in South Africa.
Yeah.
MEGA is Mpumalanga Enterprise Government Agency in South Africa. So they wanted funding, and we assisted them with the business plan and their financials, and actually them being able to do their bookkeeping and doing their management of the business. And as a result, they got funded in NYDA. They got funded plus or minus for the 9,000. In MEGA, they got funded 750,000 rand through our assistance in terms of crafting a business plan that addressed exactly what they wanted to address for them to get funding for. And again, there's a business in Econoc that we assisted. The business is called Boss Body Projects. Boss Body Project is a logistic company. They were looking for 134-ton tipper truck for their fleets. They were not quite sure in terms of the finances, what is going on there. We also crafted a reviewed financial statement for them, looked at their liabilities, looked at their projections, and we did that for them. Then they went back to their business banker. The business banker assisted them with 1.2 million for them to be able to purchase that one tipper truck, 34-ton. So now they've got a complete fleet which is able to operate, and they are really growing their fleet. That is what we've also assisted. And again, there's an EMS company around Role that came. They were just having an idea in terms of what they want to start. The lady comes from health service industry. She was working as an AMS, and then she just resigned and wanted to start her own company. So we assisted them from registering the company, doing tax for them, doing a business account for them, doing a business plan for them, and also doing a full branding for their company. And as we speak, last week they had one of their biggest gigs in Tulamanje Festival. They were there as the EMS team to assist in case of any emergencies, and we also assisted them in ensuring that they get access to the market, of which to date they've got SLAs with more than 20 local medical doctors that are working in Bushbuckridge, and also the local health centers around Bushbuckridge that they work in with. So they are basically growing because of our services. Just to mention a few, also last but not least, we've worked with non-profit organizations. To mention one, we worked with Kunene Foundation that we've assisted them to, we facilitated their funding program where they were helped in solidarity funds and AIDS Foundation, Ukusakela and Hlanganisa to the value of plus or minus 300,000 in terms of funding. And even also from some of my own people that I worked with, we've assisted Zimasa Foundation with actually getting funding in terms of drafting in the business plan that Lotto was able to assist them with.
So basically you're saying there are businesses that were non-existent when they came into contact with you.
Yes.
You assisted them with registering the businesses, making sure that they're compliant in terms of tax requirements and the BE certificates and at that point they didn't even have access to the market. You helped them with getting access to the market, and now they've got a market share. A number of them have contracts with their clients, which they didn't have before they started working with you.
Definitely.
And over and above that, you also assisted some businesses with branding.
Yes.
Because if you're a business, you must have a brand, you must have a name that speaks for you, so that when you go out on marketing, when people see that, they know, oh, this brand is for AR Business Consulting. And you also address the issue of access to funding. This is a number of businesses to get access to funding from different types of industries, you name it, fleet, health, even non-profit organizations.